What's up, spooky people? My name is Griddy and welcome to the Spooky Corner. And today I'm going to be telling you another urban legend, and that is the urban legend of Skinned Tom. Skinned Tom is an urban legend that originated in Tennessee, and this urban legend says that if you are at a lover's lane in the southern states, you may run into Skinned Tom, who is a man with no skin that is holding a hunting knife. And if you don't know what a lover's lane is basically a part of town that's secluded, where all the kids go to get sexual and make out in their cars and do whatever they want to do. Now that you know that, I gave you a little intro on the story. Sit back, relax, get your snacks, whatever it takes for you to get comfortable, and let's get into this creepy urban legend. So the story of Skinned Tom goes something like this. A long time ago, there was a man named Tom, and Tom was tall, handsome, and charming. Reminds me of somebody I know. But Tom had his way with all the ladies in the town. All of the women loved Tom, and let me tell you, he got a piece of all of them. He ran through every single girl until he was eventually bored. He eventually got tired and he was like, yo, I need something new. I need to liven this up. I've been with Sally, I've been with Mary, I've been with Sue, I've been with everybody in the town. So Tom decided to take his talents elsewhere and see if he can get some fresh meat out of town. Now Tom went on a little excursion to another town where he met Eleanor. Eleanor was a stunning blonde, and Tom was like, boing. He couldn't handle himself. Tom was in love, and Eleanor loved Tom as well. So they got together, but there was one problem with this whole little relationship here, and that was that Eleanor was married. Eleanor was married, but you know what? Eleanor and Tom, they were like, married, schmarried. They got together. They were actually so blatant that they walked around town together. Eventually, word spread around the whole town about Tom and Eleanor's relationship, until it got back to Eleanor's husband. And like, of course it's gonna get to Eleanor's husband. Like, how do you not, like, what is wrong with her? Of course it's gonna get back to your man that you're getting with somebody else. You know, Eleanor's husband was probably chilling out with his boys at the bar, and then they probably told him, hey, I heard your lady messing around with some pretty boy from out of town named Tom. What? And he was pissed. So he decided that he was gonna wait it out a little bit and think of a nice little plan. So what he did was, he told Eleanor that he was gonna be going out of town for a couple of days, which he wasn't. He was actually gonna stake the joint out and see if Tom came through to give Eleanor the D, which he did. Eleanor, well, the day that Eleanor's husband left, Eleanor went right up, called Tom and said, yo, let's go. Tom came rolling up like he was hot. I like bitch, you was your mess. Ay, can't keep my dick in my pants. Ay. Like he was like the hottest thing on the block, feeling himself. He was feeling good. And Eleanor got in the car and they were off to Lover's Lane. But what they didn't know was that Eleanor's husband was right behind them. So they got to Lover's Lane, they were getting frisky, they were getting handsy, they were fogging up the windows. And this is when Eleanor's husband decided to break up the party, swung open the door and caught Tom. Hey yo, surprise! Eleanor was like, it's not what it looks like. It looks like he got his dick. Tom was shocked, he didn't know what to do, and Eleanor's husband wasted no time in dragging Tom out of the car and beating that ass all over Lover's Lane, just bop bop, boop boop, boop 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 boop, bop, bop, all over the place. He got a nice southern ass kicking, but that was not the end of it. That was just the beginning, because Eleanor's husband had something a lot more sinister in mind. When he was done and Tom was all bloody, beaten down, Eleanor's husband then dragged Tom deep, far away into the bushes. Now Eleanor's sitting in the car, and all she could do now is hear the blood-curdling screams that were coming from Tom. A few moments later, Eleanor's husband came back feeling great with blood all over his shirt. And he didn't say a word. He just got in the car, drove himself to the police station, and turned himself in. He's an honest man. I would have just left. I would have just dipped. I would have skipped town. But when the police went back to the scene to investigate to see if they can find Tom's body, they ain't find no body. But what they did find was what looked to be a pile of human skin hanging on one of the bushes. But they didn't find Tom. And the police said it looked as if that Eleanor's husband skinned Tom in a way to where he was left alive. And I guess Tom got up and walked away. That's what you get, Tom. That's what you get. Just don't be banging people's wives, man. That's what you get. That's what happens to people like you, Tom. You scumbag. And now they say that Tom haunts the lovers' lanes with a hunting knife in his hand. Maybe the hunting knife that he was skinned with. So he can teach other couples the same lesson that he learned. What lesson is that, Tom? Not to be messing around and not to cheat? How do you know that these people are cheating? Most likely they're not. Most likely they're just kids that want to go out and have a good time and have some sex. Not everybody's a scumbag like you. So now we gotta pay for Tom's deeds. Now we gotta pay. Now Tom is tight because he ain't got no skin. Ain't no girls trying to hook up with Tom now. So he's gotta take it out on everybody else. Start skinning everybody else because he's the scumbag. You know what, Tom? You're an ass. So that is the urban legend of Skinned Tom. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, I didn't know about this one until I researched it. Like, I was just kind of like going around the internet, doing my thing, looking at some urban legends, and I found something called Skinned Tom, and I thought it sounded cool, and this was awesome. I loved it. Now, I haven't seen anybody report that they've seen Tom, because this is probably very, very fake. Honestly, this is probably a story that was made up a long time ago when, you know, kids would go to these lovers' lanes, and the parents were like, yo, Sue just came back pregnant. We gotta do something about this. So they came up with this elaborate story about Skinned Tom. Now here's the thing about that, right? You're gonna make up a story like that. None of the kids care. Like, nobody's gonna care that you told them this story. Like, can you imagine you being a kid and your parents tell you that, oh, don't go over there and hang out with the boys or hang out with the girls because Skinned Tom is gonna come get you. You're gonna look at them like, Skinned Tom? You ain't worried about no damn Tom. This was a cool one, like I said, though. I really enjoyed it. You let me know 6 feet deep below in the comment section what you think about Skinned Tom. Now that is all the time I got today for the Spooky Corner. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and of course, come back next time for some more spooky stuff. He wasn't gonna bring Tom to Jerry Springer or Maury or any of these other shows. He wasn't gonna just go right. Oh, great. I think my food's here.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, this is Must Make a Grill. I'm outside.
Oh, okay, I'm coming down right now. Thanks.
Okay, no problem.
Right in the middle of the story. Fuck. I was on a roll.